Watch, therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour in which the Son of Man is coming. In part 5 of this series, I propose that the day and hour Jesus spoke of in Matthew 25:13 is not literal but spiritual in essence, where day refers to the seventh day or rest of God outlined in Hebrews, chapters 3 and 4, and hour denotes the work of judgment in our lives through the divine principle of sowing and reaping. God called the light day. Therefore, day is the manifestation of the light of life, which, like the natural sun, never stops shining in this world. Such is the love of the Father and Son. Since Jesus said there were 12 hours in the day, it is stamped with the essence of divine government. An hour is 60 minutes, so in keeping with the spiritual governance of God's day, I see it as 6 times 10, where 6 defines the enmity of man, and 10 defines that time of judgment when men either receive reward or come under divine judgment. One way or another, the law must be fulfilled and the divine order reestablished. As we see, we either receive reward or come under divine judgment. So 10 reflects the ongoing mechanism of sowing and reaping, working within every heart and mind. No wonder the writer of Hebrews included judgment in the list of the elementary principles of Christ. So how does the day and hour apply to the opening of the seventh seal in Revelation 8:1? The seventh seal aligns with the seventh day of rest based on the phrase, silence in heaven. When we rest, do we not prefer silence? Furthermore, didn't God say everything He needed to say in the first 6 days of creation? And half an hour? This is a dividing of time, or more specifically, the division of an hour, where hour represents judgment, and half an hour defines the separation imposed by this judgment. This is clearly an inward work. In Revelation 3:10, Jesus called this hour the hour of testing. To put it plainly, the day and hour is about judgment. Should we doubt this, we need only consider the context of the following. But of that day and hour, no one knows, not even the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so also will the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days before the flood they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark, and did not know until the flood came and took them all away. So also will the coming of the Son of Man be. Then 2 men will be in the field. One will be taken, and the other left. 2 women will be grinding at the mill. One will be taken, and the other left. Watch therefore, for you do not know what hour your Lord is coming. But know this, that if the master of the house had known what hour the thief would come, he would have watched, and not allowed his house to be broken into. Therefore you also be ready, for the Son of Man is coming at an hour you do not expect. Jesus likened the day and hour to the days of Noah, and both to the coming of the Son of Man. Our word coming means presence, agreeing with the fact that John saw the Son of Man in the midst of the 7 churches. Now, allow me to share the following thought. I was in the Spirit on the Lord's day, and I heard behind me a loud voice, as of a trumpet. Following his introduction concerning the revelation of Jesus Christ, John states that he was in the Spirit on the Lord's day. Is the reference to the Lord's day a reference to the 7th day or rest of God? I believe it is. This means that the book of Revelation is a description of this day of the Lord or coming of the Son of Man. This makes perfect sense when we consider all the judgment described in its pages. Now, let me back up a minute and emphasize this point about the spiritual meaning of 7. 7 is the manifestation of the preceding 6. In other words, though there are 7 spirits of God, there is in actuality but one Spirit of God. Though there are 7 churches, there is but one church. Though there are 7 seals on the scroll, there is but one seal. And though there are 7 trumpets and bowls, There is, in essence, just one trumpet and one bowl. In the trumpet is hearing, and in the bowl is seeing. The seventh of each is the manifestation of the other six. This is why the great day of their wrath is seen in the sixth seal, but doesn't start until the seventh seal is opened. God rests while the word spoken in the preceding six does its work. This same principle applies to the seven prophecies to the seven churches. The prophecy to Laodicea is the summation of the other six churches and prophecies, and reveals the church in its fallen condition. As we see in our passages from Matthew 24, Jesus likened the day and hour to the days of Noah, and both to the coming or presence of the Son of Man. That this is a judgment and separation is evidenced by the statements, "Then two men will be in the field. One will be taken and the other left. Two women will be grinding at the mill. One will be taken and the other left." As a matter of consideration, might the two men refer to the two Adams of 1 Corinthians 15:45, and the two women refer to the two covenants of Galatians 4:24? Just a thought. Tradition teaches that those taken are removed in a rapture. This makes no sense at all, for Jesus said that the flood came and took them all away. It is those who are left that are on the positive side of this thing. We then come to the last two important points that Jesus made: watch and thief. Our word watch means to keep awake. Along with our word thief, this brings us to the following: "But concerning the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I should write to you. For you yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so comes as a thief in the night. For when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes upon them, as labor pains upon a pregnant woman, and they shall not escape. But you, brethren, are not in darkness, so that this day should overtake you as a thief. You are all sons of light and sons of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep, as others do, but let us watch and be sober. For those who sleep, sleep at night, and those who get drunk are drunk at night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and as a helmet the hope of salvation. For God did not appoint us to wrath, but to obtain salvation through our Lord Jesus Christ, who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we should live together with him." If the day of the Lord comes as a thief in the night for many, would that not mean that we would not know that it is the day of the Lord? And hasn't tradition pushed this day far into the future somewhere, stamping it with the idea of an event and not a process, while all the while the Lord has been judging and separating for almost 2,000 years? So does this mean that those on the negative side of this process are cast into eternal torment or punishment? Absolutely not. Paul was clear. God did not appoint us to wrath. What works wrath? The law. So, the judgment or separation or harvest puts those who don't see or hear under the law, while those who do see and hear under its spiritual nature, which is love. At this point, I will close and examine the idea of thief in the next study. Please feel free to leave your comments, questions, etc., or subscribe to my channel. Thank you for being a part of Grain of Wheat Publishing.